What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Once again, no face cam guys, I apologise. Let me just explain why briefly as you see some transfers that I sold there. With the video making process whilst I'm out here at AA's, it's actually it's considerably easier for me to not have face cam on post-com gameplay. A live com, it's easy for me to have face cam, but on post com, it's a little more difficult. So for the sake of saving time, there'll be no face cam on post com gameplay until afterwards. Now, we sold a whole bunch of the second string players, and we went and bought Team of the Season Di Maria because I really want to finish this road to glory with an obscene team. And we can't do that with two teams, but I've still got a really good team. We've got Konoplyanka, Vea, Castro, who now we can push up to the 100 goals. I kept players like, Modric and Rodriguez, like Sergio Ramos, and we can still improve this team over time, no problem. But I just thought it'd be fun to play with someone like Di Maria. We've earned this 94 Di Maria through playing the game. Now, as you can tell by the title, we have run out of time. Today, what you're going to see is me play Division 3. You're also going to see me open some premium gold packs, just for the simple fact that consumables right now are really expensive. And this was the last day of footies being in packs. I had 40,000 coins, and I thought to myself, let's risk it. We've got two exceptional teams. 40k could get me easily another better player in one of those teams, but let's try it. Let's see what we can get and see if we can get lucky, and you'll see if we do or don't get lucky throughout this episode. But we are out of time, guys. The footies is done. It's over. The double coins are finished. The newest tournament, which has just been released, which I will still do it, but I'm not best pleased with what it is a Russian tournament where you have to have 6 players from the Russian league in your, I do believe, actually I'm on the game, I do believe it's in your starting 11. If it's in your starting 11 and subs, they may as well have not actually done it, because that would be stupid. So yeah, 6 in the starting 11, and the prize is 1 mystery pack. You've got 3 days to win it. So yes, I will try and win it to try and get a mystery pack as we pack Mesut Özil there. And the 12,000 coins that we're going to get off of him, and the fact that we packed a fair few squad fitness cards, means of our money that we've spent, we're actually in a little bit of profit right now, which is solid. Gold pack method OP. So yeah, it's a Russian League tournament, a mystery pack. Yes, we'll play it. I have so many untradeable players from the Russian League. So what I'll do is I'll build a team with 6 Russian League players, 3 that untradables I'm happy playing with, like Jairzinho, for example. I have him, I have a centre-back, I have a left-back, and then I'll just make 3 subs straight away and bring on, 3 superstars onto the team, and that will be that. Now, I asked in the last episode for some potential teams to fit everyone in, all 3 of the footies cards, and you guys delivered a lot of teams, which was nice, and I am still interested in building that one super team. But now that I've got this Di Maria card, I'm actually quite happy with that being my main team and having Footies Konoplyanka in a reserve team, because Royce and Aubameyang are just ridiculous. Konoplyanka is very, very, very good, but Royce and Aubameyang are genuinely game changers. So going forwards, guys, you can see here from all the items that we packed in the gold packs, I've got 35,000 coins back, plus a whole bunch of stuff that still hasn't sold, which is actually really, really good return. So I thought what I'll do is respend this 35,000 coins and see where we go with it. Now, based on the fact that there's not really much in packs now, there's not much to do on the game now, I'm in Division 2, and relegating myself from Division 10 was probably a mistake. I said it before. I probably made a huge error relegating myself from Division 10, and if I actually sat there and held or, played Division 1 as much as possible, I probably would have come out with more coins. But, I took my chances. I risked it. I decided to do what I thought was best for me and for the video and for the series, and it didn't come out right. And it's a learning experience, and that's the whole thing about this series. What we're trying to do with this series is trying to figure out the best way to play and kind of get the most out of Ultimate Team. So going forwards, I don't know if I can put Road to Glory up every day, because if and when I win that Russian Cup, and then by the time I get myself up through Division 2 into Division 1, and then eventually win Division 1, there really isn't much left to do. Yes, getting a few player milestones would be good, but once I've won Division 1, because I've got now a really good team, I've got a really good record, and bear in mind, we've given ourselves 66 losses on that record to relegate ourselves down to Division 10. We've got coins in the bag, we've got a very, very strong club. We've won everything there is to win outside of the new tournaments that are going to be coming up. The next thing that we can hope for is that when the Premier League comes back next weekend, that the following Wednesday they release a tournament for an untradeable player, or not necessarily the BPL, but just when football's back, basically. Like this weekend, the lower divisions are back, the Scottish leagues are back. There's a few of the minor European leagues that are back playing FIFA football. And you know, once we start getting the better informs, and especially like the transferred inform cards. For example, one of the new transfers like Leroy Sané has gone to Man City. If he gets an inform, he'll have an inform Man City card. Potentially that could be like a winnable tournament prize. So I'm hoping EA do something like that. But you never know. But anyway, guys, we go into divisions. We're in Division 3 now. We need to win this division to get the prize. I think, what was it, 22,000 coins for winning Division 3. And this guy's got an interesting team. And one thing I want you to note about this guy's team and this game is Felipe Melo. Watch when he touches the ball, how much fitness Felipe Melo has. We start the game off really well. Carlos Vela goes through, shoots the ball. It takes a deflection, loops over the keeper, flies into the back of the net. 1-0. After just 9 minutes, and I thought to myself, brilliant. And I really did think this would be an easy game because so many of his players, and look at Melo there, he's got no stamina at all, and there was quite a few of his players that had no stamina, and for some reason my defence just parted like the Red Sea, and he goes through with Falcao, pops it in the back of the net. Nice finish from Falcao, can't take that away from him. And then once again, Falcao here, I don't know why I'm sliding there, that's not really my game, but Falcao moves down the left-hand side into Perisic. Perisic plays it into Brozovic there. I don't know how Navas doesn't just sit on that and save that. Silly defending, silly goalkeeping. We go 2-1 down. And then he actually scores a really nice goal. Now, bear in mind, look at Melo again there on 37 minutes. He is dead. He is literally dead. He has no stamina at all. Yet he was still running around the field like he had 99 stamina. And I wondered, with this, because I played a guy on Road to Glory a while back where he had a whole team full of like no stamina players, and yet they were still absolutely insane. And look at Melo there, he's got nothing. I wonder, now that they fixed the fitness glitch and the chem glitch, I wonder if this is a new glitch. Like, although now the fitness shows that it goes down, maybe it actually doesn't. So it might be something worth testing there with that. But we go through it, we get the ball back to 3-2. And this was one of those games where, like, literally everything went against me. Like, you know, I don't quit games, I don't rage quit games, but in this game you're actually going to see me quit early for the simple fact that I was running out of time to win this division, and I wanted to get as many games in as possible. So when a game's lost in this scenario, I'd rather just move on to the next game than sit there trying, you know, busting my gut to try and get back into a game where I feel like the game's going against me. And we pull it back to 4-3 there with a great goal from Luka Modric. But unfortunately, wait, did I quit this game? Maybe it wasn't this game. Maybe it was a different game that I quit. But this guy ends up scoring again to make it 5-3 after I got back into the game. But yeah, in essence of trying my best to get, you know, the division title, like the amount of coins on the line, when you're 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 down, don't waste your time sitting in the game. If you know you can get back in the game, because I play so many games where I might go 2 or 3 goals down, where I can feel like I'm the better player and I can feel like I'm a good player, I'll get back into the game. But in general, if I can't feel like I can get back into the game, I might as well just leave and move on to the next one. But what happened in this game is, although this guy had a huge possession because he passed it around his defence a lot, I added this guy as a friend, I think, afterwards, because I wanted to see if he was as bad as I felt he was. And I don't do this often, I don't do this every time I lose, but quite a few times when I've lost a game, if I feel like that person is like dog trash, I like to add their record or add them as a friend just to see. And this guy's got a record where he wins less than he doesn't. He's got a positive win-loss ratio, but his win percentage is lower than 50%. And I could feel it in the game. Like, he didn't feel like a good player. But like I say, sometimes when you play FIFA, things just go against you and you just don't know why. Sometimes things are just, you know, problematic for you, and it's a little bit frustrating. So, you know, it's one of those games where I lost and I probably should have won, and there will be games where I win and I probably should lose, and that's part of FIFA. But just for my own sanity, at times, I do like to add someone, you know, if somebody feels good, if they're a good FIFA player, I won't add them. Like, I don't add everyone I lose to just to justify the fact, oh yeah, I lost to this guy and he's trash, must have been EA'd. That's not what I do. It's not why I do it. I like to add people where I genuinely think, wow, this guy was like, he felt super, super bad, was he, or am I just not the kind of player that I think I am? It's more to find out where I am balanced compared. And, you know, my record's really, really good. Obviously, we've given ourselves 66 losses, but we have given ourselves a few hundred offline wins throughout the series so far. But whether you win or lose and what your opponent's record is irrelevant. Like, for argument's sake, all those losses that he has, he could have been him just relegating himself. You don't know. You know, a record isn't, like, the true one defining factor of somebody and how good they are at FIFA. So, that's kind of where we are with that. So into the next game, we get 4-1 there. Aubameyang, Royce, Di Maria scoring an absolute banger, getting goals, assists for all of them. And I said it before, and I said it in yesterday's video where I titled the video, Best Striker in FIFA. Aubameyang is really, really just that. He is the best striker I've used in FIFA, and probably his team of the season is just as good because, hey, it's better stats, but one of the biggest things in FIFA is shooting mechanics. And for FIFA 17, you guys are going to have to figure this out real quick, and we'll do our best in this series in FIFA 17 to give you guys the tips that you need to advance. But what you need to figure out is shooting mechanics, because if you can figure out how to use broken shooting mechanics, the shooting stat is then not irrelevant, but not as relevant as it might be. What's important with this and with players like Aubameyang is pace. And when you get into a position where you've got unbelievable amounts of pace and you can just beat the defender, the shooting, you may as well have 60 shooting or 90 shooting. It's not going to make much of a difference. So that, for me, is why Aubameyang is just the best. Is because even though this pink footies card doesn't have quite as much shooting or dribbling or strength as his team of the season, the fact that he just has 99 pace is ridiculously broken, and means that as soon as you get in behind, as long as you know how to shoot properly, you're going to end up winning, scoring, and getting yourself the points that you need to move up through the divisions. So into the next game, we came up against a 4-3-3-5 team, and this guy's got a pretty nice team. Interesting that he's got Fekir up at centre forward, not something that I would necessarily do, but he actually scored the first goal, put a ball into the box, I headed it out, it falls to Fekir. He shoots and scores with Fekir to make it 1-0 after just 3 minutes. And we're in like a clutch position in the league right now where we can't afford to lose too many games or drop too many more points if we want to get that title, let alone the promotion for the coins, but the actual title. So it's imperative that I came back into this game quite quickly. And after 20 minutes, Carlos Vela and James Rodriguez and Rakitic had a good little passing move through the midfield. Rakitic finds Conor Plianka. Conor Plianka finds the back of the net, and it finds the score at 1-1. So happy to get back into the game, and just 3 minutes later, Matthew there tackles Vea, but intercepts for Modric. Modric's got a lot of space down this left-hand side. He's backing off. I did consider shooting there, but I didn't. I passed it through to Conor Plianka, who shoots and scores and makes it 2-1. And Conor Plianka is ridiculously good. He is so good. And there was a thread on Reddit about should a guy go with Footy's Conor Plianka or upgraded Neymar. And I kind of put something in where it depends on you as a player, because Neymar has, although Conor has better shooting, I think Conor has 85 shooting and Neymar has 83. Conor Plianka has better long shots, but Neymar actually has better finishing. So Neymar has 88 finishing to Conor's 80. Conor Plianka, I think, has like 80-something long shots to Neymar's 70-something. So if you're the sort of player that is left always taking long shots, you might want Conor Plianka. But if you're the sort of player that gets in behind a lot, although Conor will still do a good job because he's got that blistering pace, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, he still has he still does a good job. You might want to go for Neymar. But for me, Conor Plianka, every game we've played him has been absolutely devastating. His 95 pace, when we're talking about Aubameyang with 99 pace, Conor Plianka at 95 pace with the right chemistry and the right chem style, you're going to be looking at 96, 97, 98 pace with that. It's just too good. It's too good. And he gets in behind so well on that left-hand side. And what's interesting for me, and one of the reasons why I'm happy to look at playing Conor, Royce and Aubameyang up front together, is that for me, Royce isn't necessarily someone that I'm falling in love with. Like, his play is good, not great. I don't really notice too much of a difference from his 86 card. Yes, there are some times where I think like, wow, that's the footies Royce that I was looking for. But there are some times where I'm sitting there like, okay, he should be doing better than that. Like, that shouldn't be what's happening right there. But with Conor's just deadly all the time. So I sit there and think like, Conor, Aubameyang and Royce, like, Royce doesn't do much for me at left forward. He has got a lot of goals and assists, but that's just because I've been like tanking people and scoring easy goals. But Conor Plianka's got very similar stats for goals and assists and feels like he gets in the game a lot more. So I kind of want to do a team where I've got Aubameyang at striker, Royce at right forward and Conor at left forward. But when I put Conor at left forward, it limits who I can put behind him. And it means that I have to have someone like Nzonzi or, you know, that orange Gamero as a midfielder, which I don't want to do. Now, I went 2-0 down in this game. I pulled it back to 2-2 with a lovely goal from Modric. And this is the game that I was talking about. And I wanted to show the halftime stats because for me, it was quite important. I think I go 3-2 down on the stroke of halftime. DeMarcos, for some reason, didn't intercept that. He gets the ball with Aubameyang. Sergio Ramos puts in a fantastic tackle, and the referee gives a penalty. And this was the game that I thought I was looking at earlier that I wasn't, but it literally just everything went against me. I don't know what I could have done to have done better here, but I was making tackles. It was pinging back to him. His keeper was making wonder saves. Every shot he was having was finding the back of the net. It was just one of those games where it was just like, you know, I'm close to winning the title at this point already. I've already got 12 points, and there you can see it's an even game here. He's got even possession. He's scored 3 goals from 4 shots, and I've scored 2 from 5 and 4 on target. And then once again, he intercepts, clean through. Thomas Muller, keeper comes out, Muller puts it in the back of the net, and it goes to 4-2, and that was in the 49th minute. And then it wasn't too long after that he scored a 5th goal, and I was just getting frustrated with the way my team was playing, and I was like, do you know what, it's just not worth the hassle. It's late in FIFA, we got running out of time for the double coins. There's no point me stressing myself out over one game. You know, let's just quit the game, get into the next game and try and get ourselves 3 points. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what I'm going to do going forwards. Instead of putting myself on tilt, instead of getting frustrated with the game as I'm playing them, I'm not going to say it's rage quitting, although it is technically rage quitting. I'm going to say it's fun leaving. I'm going to leave because I'm just not having fun. And if you're not having fun this late in FIFA, don't play that game. Pause the game, quit the game, move on to the next one. And if you're a Division 5 player and that's where it makes you stay, you was going to lose that game anyway. If you're a Division 3 player, a Division 1 player, and you leave a game here, there, and everywhere, just do it because who the hell cares? So late in FIFA, as I just explained, your record is not really a true reflection. And this guy that I was playing there, he had the same idea. He went 2-0 down after 43 minutes and he thought, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. And he left. And that's perfect. And for me, I think that will make the game far more fun for people because there was a player I came up against. It might have been this guy. In fact, it was this guy where instead of quitting for fun, he decided to stay in the game even though he was getting absolutely smoked. And what I did is I actually went and scored a whole bunch of goals whilst he wasn't playing because I thought, screw it, if he's going to stay here, I'm going to abuse it. But he was playing for a while. Vidal here, great ball through into Aubameyang, and that is where Aubameyang is just too good. Like, you need the 99 pace to get that goal. Any other striker would never have scored that. And that's not reflective of his shooting. That's reflective of his pace. Royce plays that into Vidal. Vidal with a few little, lovely little bit of feet work there into Aubameyang. The drag back from Aubameyang. The shot, the goal. 2-0 after 35 minutes. And at this point, this guy was getting a bit frustrated. You know, he was throwing in a few slides here and there. He did manage to pull one back with James Rodriguez. Got through my defence there quite nicely with the through ball from Bruno. It was actually a really good play and a really nice goal. And then into the second half, team of the season Matuidi doing what we put him in the team to do, gets the ball into Hatem Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa's on the edge of the box with no one near him, shoots and scores, and that's one of the better goals we've seen with Hatem Ben Arfa. And I noticed that Ben Arfa wasn't really getting in the game much, but Matuidi was. So after this game specifically, I swapped them around. I put Ben Arfa out on the wide of the midfield and Matuidi in centre midfield. But what a goal that was from Di Maria, running through the guy's whole team to make it 4-1. Aubameyang then went and made it 5-1 with this peach. Absolute banger of a goal, perfectly into the top corner. Absolutely spectacular goal. And although that was at 5-0, I think the game finished 9-2. Or 5-1, I think it finished 9-2. I scored 6 goals with Aubameyang. I just kept stealing the ball off of him and running and scoring, and there you go. So he should have just left. Do you know what I mean? Instead of wasting my time by sitting there doing nothing, he should have just left. So we need one more win now, guys, to win the title and get the coins. And we come up against this really awesome team. Left wing Neymar upgraded, Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, a good midfield. Interesting to see Griezmann in there, not something I thought about, but something I could potentially take on in the future. A really strong defence, and it just was 7 minutes into the game. Matuidi sends the ball through to Aubameyang. Once again, the blistering pace is too much for Godin. He cuts it across to Ben Arfa, who shoots and scores. And off the back of that, this guy quit. I couldn't believe it. It was only 1-0, and before I actually countered him and scored there, he had an incredible opportunity where he should have scored. And I thought, okay, I'm all for quitting early and stuff, but this is just too early. It's 7 minutes into the game, and he decided that he had had enough. And when I show you the match stats, you're going to be like, wait, why did he quit? We got 23,144 coins off of that game, which is obviously very good indeed. But that was my first chance. He had one shot and should have scored. I had one shot and didn't score, and we end up getting the win and the title. And that, guys, is going to be the end of the video. So if you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.